Hello, my darlings. How are you all? I know I was a bit stern yesterday in my video all about as an aspiring student, an aspiring spiritual teacher, and the rights of already established elders, godparents, and spiritual teachers. I kind of come out like a tigress on that video, but strongly and passionately about people being treated fair, because I've been on both sides of the coin. I've been on your side of the coin if you're just beginning. I've been the student that has felt overlooked. People I admire, they didn't answer my email, or I've gone through all of that. I've even driven all the way 4 hours to Dallas, Texas for a Misa I was supposed to have this was probably about 15 years ago. And I got there and they totally forgot that the Misa was on schedule. So I got you. If you feel some type of way, trust me, I've been through a lot in my journey. And as time passes, I will share more of my journey, but I think that's more step by step. My steps right now are more about education. So this video is all about the time periods where you just don't know what to believe, who to believe in, who to trust, who to make your spiritual mentor, and you just may be feeling like forget this, just totally gray, discouraged, and just feeling hopeless and lost at the crossroads. Trust me, I have lived at the crossroads for many years of my life. I would say a great deal of my adulthood has been living at the crossroads. I understand that feeling of just trying to find your place where you belong in your destiny and feeling lost. And without divulging too much, I wanted to share some advice today because I've been there. I know some of you may be feeling like, dang, I don't want to be just another appointment. I don't want to just be another number in line, another reading, just another client, just this and that, just some invisible person in the inbox. I know how that feels. Trust me, I've been on both sides. So this video is just for you based on when I was where you were. And it's all about where to start when you're at ground zero at the crossroads and you don't know what to do, where to go. But the first thing I'm going to say before I suggest some of these 3 books and this next bit of advice is, if you are somewhat of melanated centric, afrocentric, whatever it is, you're gonna have to come out of the mentality that, oh, I don't want to read the white man's book, I don't want to do this and that. You gotta, because a lot of the mysteries that were taken from our people were put in these books. So I have a book that changed my life. Trust me, I even left African spirituality back in 2007, and I started studying the Bible, Hebrew Israelite, ancient Afro-Hebraic Judaic practices. And I was at the crossroads. But anyway, when I was at that crossroads, it was this particular book. It's called Conversations with God by Neale Walsh. Don't take the word God like, oh my God. It's just like a European term. We're just conversations with spirit, if you want to put it like that. This is book 1. Excuse my nails. My nails have given in to this quarantine. But anyway, that book 1, book 2, and book 3 changed my life tremendously. When I didn't know what to believe, when I wasn't even sure that anybody inside of me or above me or beneath me anywhere would be listening to me, when I wasn't sure that my ancestors were walking with me and carrying me, it's this book right here that brought it all together. It opened my mind to give people a chance that I may not normally give a chance. It made me get over myself when I was believing that, when I was in a belief system that said my way is the only way, and the people who don't believe in my religion are all going to hell, or they're not as good as me, they're not chosen like me. It kind of brought me out of that mindset to see that everything is so much bigger in the grand scheme of things, in spirituality and in this life and our human experience as we live out our soul contract. So this is the book I suggest you get if you're able to. Conversations with God by Neale Walsh, book 1, and then book 2, book 3. And they have the series to where it's all together. The next book is Ancestor Paths by a lady, by the queen and Iya by the name of Aladokun. If I said it correctly, I hope I said it correctly. This is a book to where no matter what you believe in, you're not even sure if you want to go into African spirituality, you may still be, attending church or in a ministry. It's a basic book that no matter what your belief system is, whether you choose to go Haitian Voodoo, Brazilian Candomblé, Cuban Lukumi, whatever it is, Isheshe, you can start here. This is some of the table of contents. Introduction, calling of the spirit, drumming of the beat, diminishing the voodoo mentality, spirit guides, we are not alone, children and spirits, spirit stories, ritual success and development, tools of the trade, prayers and praying, divination, what's next. And I'll show it to you again. You can find this on Amazon. I reordered it. I had this book before and lost it. I'm trying to have my nails. Ancestor Paths by Aladokun. That's the name right there. Aladokun. Great book. This is like the Bible of tapping into your ancestors until I get my book out. But yes, this is definitely a pioneer book right there. That's the truth. The next one, I always big this book up because it's been a big part of my life, even back in the day before I even knew anything about what an Ifa is and Orisha is the Orisha priestess of Oshun and Obatala, the ever famous Iyanla Vanzant. And this is one of her first great books as far as spirituality goes, called Tapping the Power Within by Iyanla Vanzant. This is another starting point. She shows you how to do exercises when you wake up in the morning for your ori, for your head, how to bliss your head, however you want to say it, how to anoint your head and empower your head every day as you empower and program your intentions into your human conscious mind from your higher spiritual mind. And it's a download and exchange between yourself and the spirit realm. She also has exercises that you can do to, just like it says, tap the power within, connected with ancestors. So if you are at home right now, you're bored, you don't feel like learning any classes or anything like that, because you can always order my books too, the Money Magic series, Guides and Goals, Intro to Tarot. You can watch those videos. But if you don't feel like all of that, Conversations with God by Neale Walsh, Ancestor Paths by Aladokun, and Tapping the Power Within by Iyanla Vanzant. Now, let's talk about another thing that I see with sisters quite a lot. You know, it's one thing I realized when I did my video yesterday is sometimes people just need somebody to talk to. People need someone to vent to. The things that go on in their life, the things that they dream about. You know, they may not be able to talk to their family about it. Their family may think that they are schizophrenic, hearing voices, crazy, weird, whatever it is. And they may not have anybody to share those things with. People need somebody to talk to. Women need somebody to talk to quite often. Women want to connect and have a circle to be involved with so that they don't feel like they're alone. People want to connect to their kindreds. So my first suggestion is, there's an interview I did yesterday with a lady by the name of the Queen Agnes. She is a DJ. She's from Malawi. She lives in Dallas, Texas, and she is involved with a Facebook group called My Sister's Keeper. It is going to be a virtual online support group for women's issues. Last night we talked about issues such as infertility. We talked about different things. It can range from getting over abuse, getting over a broken heart, trying to find your path. And they're also very entrepreneurship minded for those who are looking for marketing and branding for their businesses, advice and expertise. So, you know, they're just getting started with this group, but it's a very powerful group. It started with about 30 women. Pardon my background, I'm outside. It started with about 30 women last night. And I invite you, I'm going to leave the info in the description box on how to connect with these ladies. I invite you to join the group if you need someone to talk to. No charge. It's just join the group. Now, as far as me, the reason why I'm not yet offering like that kind of sister connection thing just yet is because I'm so busy. I'm still a student myself on the level I'm on. And, you know, I still have, you know, a schedule teaching things and doing this and that. So I don't want to devote myself to starting an emotional support group where it's not a consultation just yet, because I don't want to start it and then get so busy and overwhelmed with the Patreon group, the meetup group, YouTube, etc., and then I'm not able to totally devote myself to it just yet. So it's not my season to have that type of group. So I encourage you all to, you know, join the My Sister's Keeper group. Right now, it doesn't matter where you're located. We had women from Atlanta, South Africa, Kenya, all over the place. So join these sisters. I'll be in there in and out depending on how my schedule is. But if you just need somebody to talk to and you don't want to feel like an appointment or a number or a 30-minute nameless, faceless person, join the group. And because sometimes you may not want any spiritual advice, you just need a hug. You need a virtual hug, especially during these time periods where we could be feeling vulnerable, you could be feeling lonely, your family could be getting on your nerves, whatever it is. If you just need a kindred to talk to, a sister to talk to, without any ulterior motives or things such as that, then I encourage you to join this group. For the men, the brothers, there are other groups out there I'm not totally aware of. If I find any of them that I know if they're reputable, I'll leave it in the description box, but it's coming from a woman's perspective. So that's pretty much it. Maybe on Saturdays, maybe I'll do some sort of freestyle chat session where people can vent, women and men. But right now we'll see. So that's what this video is all about. It's just really quick. I'm just dropping in to give you these 3 recommended readings, that get me started. Because we all have time periods where we could be like, F this. I'm sick of this. Like, is this even all worth it? Whenever you feel like that, or whenever I feel like that, I come back to these books. And shoot, I read them annually sometimes. It just depends on however I'm feeling. When I'm feeling like, it's taking a long time for the fruits of my labor to sprout, I go back to those points. So, let me know how those are. Have you read these books before? If not, then, give me some information. Or if you do read it, let me know what you think about it in the description box below. Okay? Like, share, subscribe. Talk to you next time. Peace and bliss.